Gaia, I heard on the internet that the elite's highest purpose now has to be doing away with the pesky middle class, to question their authority and challenge their power. Will you help me understand this?
Yes, the world is experiencing strong growing pains within the expanding human population. There is a growing intelligent and increasingly powerful middle class. The elite believe their power is threatened by these people, so they have chosen to eliminate them.
What are the elite doing to get rid of the middle class?
They are imposing crippling embargoes on the middle class that will force them to one side or the other of an increasingly widely differentiated divide, the haves and the have-nots, the moneyed powerful and the poor controlled.
What are some of these crippling embargoes?
They include the engineered housing bubble and harvest, the crashing of the economy and giving the banksters a bailout, absconding with pensions and retirement money, raising normal medical costs while trying to eliminate Medicare and Social Security, zoning and building codes that require only conservative, expensive buildings, controlling designer seats and all foods, evolving new medical procedures that will extend life with increased quality, but that can only be afforded by the wealthy, intentional dumbing down of children in the public education system so they unquestioningly follow orders, fluoride in the water to make the population more docile, scaring the people with real and threatened attacks to keep them too preoccupied to have time to focus, comprehend, organize and act.
Wow, I'm starting to see the picture. It all falls together and makes clear sense.
You see, if the middle class were not harried and had time to learn what's going on, then they'd be like fresh frogs being thrown into the hot pot. They'd jump right out, exclaiming, "No way." Instead, the off-centered, incapacitated frogs just keep getting hotter and less able to resist the hegemony of the masters, the building momentum toward the totalitarian dictatorship of the Illuminati Zionists. Once the elite committed 9/11, they became obliged to keep perpetrating more false flag, unnatural acts of terrorism, to keep the people off balance, with no time to recover enough to put the pieces of evidence together publicly, or else the Illuminati would risk being strung up for their crimes.
Is this the only way the world can be successful?
No, if the people would put their energy into education informing the world about what's happening, there would be a self-reflexive response, with most people conscientiously choosing to live in harmony with available resources, so a sustainable population dynamic would develop. Also, the population level that is sustainable keeps rising with the introduction of new inventions and ephemeralization. In fact, the global elite, who rule by subterfuge, will eventually be superseded by conscious, awakened, responsible, networked people, in the nick of time to avoid their annihilation under a totalitarian dictatorship.
What an adventure! So it's like a race between the scammers and the integrons.
George H.W. Bush said, "If the American people knew what we have done, they would string us up from the lampposts. But by their owning the media, and so controlling what news the sheeple are fed, it keeps enough of the meek and following along, without questioning, to be a critical mass that keeps the juggernaut moving. But when enough people see the picture, the tide will turn.